ना आपके सामने वैसे?
Yes. Yes, I'm able to see the screen and I have pinned it for
Okay.
everyone. Yes.
Sure, sure. Okay. So this book is by Dr. Nitin Unkule, Surya Namaskar Program, Your Body for Wellness, complete program. So the way the author has captured and capsuled the complete practice, it is like that how it is a complete uh, the health uh, capsule for anyone and everyone. Now, before we go into what is the book about, let us, I'm sure because we all have heard so many mythological stories and we are in a land of folklores. I'm sure हम सबने ये सुनी होगी, but just to reiterate, so my guru was, he used to bundle up a lot of stories with every session. And so on the Saturdays we used to have we used to have a lot of theory sessions. And मैंने जिस स्कूल से अपना टीचर ट्रेनिंग किया है, तो उनका गुरु शिष्य, उनका परंपरा ये होता है कि the seeker has to be ready. So if you are ready, then you start receiving answers. So on one Saturday, we discussed that how was Surya Namaskar invented. So we all know that Surya Bhagwan and Hanuman ji mein there is a special connection. So first in his childhood, Hanuman ji tried to gulp him down, thinking that he was something to eat and something bright. And eventually he realized that it is Surya Dev and he is the Lord, the supreme of the complete world and universe, who is lightening up everything. So जब हनुमान जी बड़े होते हैं तो उसको समेट नहीं पा रही है, उसको हैंडल नहीं कर पा रही है, तो हनुमान जी बोलते हैं लेकिन मुझे ये भी सीखना है, मुझे वो भी सीखना है। तो उनकी माँ कहती है कि भाई ऐसा है, तुमने सूर्य देव के साथ में दोस्ती कर ली है, नाउ यू गो एंड टेक heat his head. So whatever you want to know, whatever you want to learn, go to Suryadev. So Hanuman ji goes to Suryadev and Suryadev says that, boss, I don't have time. I mean, I am, you see, even for 20, even at night, I'm at work. It is just that I am not visible to you, but I am at work at that time also. So how do I share whatever I know? तो हनुमान जी तरकीब निकालते हैं कि आप कुछ ना करें, आप चलते रहें, मैं आपके सामने हो जाऊंगा और आप मुझे पढ़ाते जाएं, मैं आपसे पूछता जाऊंगा और मैं आप मुझे पढ़ाते जाइए. And that is how their bond of transfer of knowledge, transfer of wisdom or connection, the guru shishya connection develops between Hanumanji and Suryadev. And when all this is done and Surya Bhagwan, Hanumanji has gulped in everything, understood everything. So here, in the final thing, Hanumanji offers himself through his practice of 12 asanas or Surya Namaskar in a way that, that makes the Surya Bhagwan very happy, that, this is my reverence to you. So in a way, Hanumanji invents Surya Namaskar for all of us, and that gets passed on from generations to generations. And it becomes a holistic journey of offering yourself towards with gratitude towards your guru. So a short story about Surya Namaskar. I thought कि स्टोरी के साथ शुरुआत करेंगे तो डे वुड बी मच मोर इंटरेस्टिंग.
Amazing. It was a new
Now we
knowledge.
go about the author of this book, Dr. Nitin. Uh, we go to the author of this book, Dr. Nitin Unkule. You can read all about his accolades. Founder of Kevalya Yoga Institute, not Kevalya Dhyan. He's been practicing yoga since past 38 years, managing committee members in Voices Society. He very sweetly writes that, that since he works with the reversal of heart disease program, many patients have bypassed the bypass surgery because of the work on Surya Namaskars with them. Then working at the, and also yoga. Then working at the center care unit on cancer care with yoga and pranayam. 15 books. He's a Marathi and he's written 15 books on yoga in Marathi and English. Then he founds connection between music. So starts playing mandolin to correct various ragas and Indian mantras. So brings in the deep wisdom of how our mantras are to be chanted, what is the beautiful effect of the mantras on the mind, and how it raises our frequency or the vibrational frequency that is based in research in music, yoga, and impact on various diseases and mental disorders with Heidelberg University in Germany. So these are the different accolades of Dr. Nitin Inkule. There are so many others also that I could not capture them in a slide, and I have left them for you to read whenever you grab this book. लेकिन इफ यू गो इनटू द रिसर्च एंड आप अगर फिगर आउट करें कि एक किसी ने भी जिसने भी योग सीखना शुरू किया या सिखाना शुरू किया, उसके पीछे एक असली स्टोरी होती है, दैट व्हाई डिड दैट पर्सन स्टार्ट डूइंग दैट. एंड यू विल फाइंड दिस कॉमन इन एवरी गुरु, एवरी वन. चाहे वो गुरु बी के सायंगर हो, चाहे वो श्री अरबिंदो हो, चाहे वो any guru that I talk about, they have a backstory, that why did they start it. So there's a backstory about Dr. Nitin Unkule also. So Dr. Nitin Unkule, when he was a child, he was a very shy child, and he had a very low self esteem, was very fearful. वो एक ऐसे परिवार में उनका जन्म हुआ जिसमें उनके पेरेंट्स वर नॉट लिटरेट, सो ही डिड नॉट हैव एनी गॉड फादर टू लुक अप टू और एनी वन एल्डर टू लुक अप टू, जिसके साथ में वो अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स या अपनी फीलिंग ऑफ इनसिक्योरिटी डिस्कस कर पाएँ और उसको सेटल कर पाएँ. So he had, and all this that was going on in his mind, this low self esteem, this fearfulness, this anxiety, all this was getting together, and this used to start giving him bouts of acidity. So he started suffering from bouts of acidity and psychomatic disorders. And then, as anyone would do, he started his medication with एलोपैथिक, होम्योपैथिक एंड आयुर्वेदा. नाउ द इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग इज, हम कई बार सोचते हैं कि अच्छा एलोपैथिक ट्राई किया है तो शायद होम्योपैथिक से फर्क आ जाता. अगर एलो आयुर्वेदा ट्राई किया है तो शायद होम्योपैथिक से इसमें फर्क आ जाता. ही ट्राइड एवरीथिंग बट नथिंग वर्क. So just think that the depth of a disease, the if we see the depth of the disease is that feeling of esteem that he's carrying, and this feeling, the dawaii for this disease or this feeling is actually a feeling which elevates him. It is not any medicine. So he took all the medicines but nothing cured him. So medicine is happening, or how we are changing ourselves or articulating or proceeding with the thought process. If the thought process doesn't change, then the medicines also can't do much. So eventually, he found some yoga classes near his home and he joined those yoga classes. And from there, his life changed. He found his guru in Sri Uday Pense, जिनके साथ में इन्होंने प्रैक्टिस करना शुरू किया. And he realized that the body is very intelligent, and now this intelligence was spreading all across the body. So the body was giving signals of or sending messages of high self esteem, of confidence, of clarity all across. And with this you be the cellular transformation, and with the practice, so what was happening was he started Surya Namaskar. So that is a basic practice. When you join any yoga school, आपको वो सिखाया जाता है. इन्होंने भी वही करना शुरू किया. And जब हम when we start with the journey of yoga, we don't know so many hidden aspects of any asana or any kriya. It is just that with regular practice that it starts seeping in or penetrating the upper layers of your magic, and since then he's been on his yoga journey. So I would like to read something from here. My Guruji's methods. Okay. Deep silence started spreading into my body, and I was amazed that such an experience could be felt even by beginners. The initial lessons itself showed me the potential of life. It was indeed transformative, as if someone opened a golden gate for me. My guru's methods comprehensively judged my personality and helped transform my life's discordant notes into music by adjusting, regulating, and controlling the inner subjective personalities that I had. Yogic science brought about a total redemption for me from my sufferings. The techniques in Surya Namaskar taught by my teacher are for self improvement and are directed towards disciplining and strengthening of one's psychological and the intellectual entities. They helped me remove the superstitious stupidities I gathered during my college days and improvised my impoverished mental stamina and twisted intellectual faculties. So, in a way, he could find that inner reservoir of that intelligence, of that intellectual faculties, and the mental stamina that was always there in him. But it is just that the journey through yoga of through Surya Namaskar helped him discover all that. Is everyone with me? आप एक thumbs up दे सकते हैं. You can come on the screen, show a smile. That would be great. Okay. Now, these are couple of books that are written by Dr. Nitin Unko. These are essentially in cancer care, Surya Namaskar, and a lot of his books are in Marathi language also. This book, see, it is one of the most common practice, and we know that it really benefits. So, but if we are doing something on a daily basis, on a very regular basis, it is always great to go into the depths of that topic and know it better, because there is always a hidden layer of truth which we are not aware of, and these layers of the truth, they don't ever cease to exist. It keeps on going deeper, deeper, deeper. So that invited me to go deeper into Surya Namaskars. Then, knowing minute details build awareness towards the practice, and it's important जब भी हम करते हैं तो जरूरी है ये पता होना कि हमें क्या नहीं करना है, so that we avoid injuries through the practice, or our attitude towards the practice changes. It also helped me understand that how Surya Namaskar actually helps in different different age genres, and so we see that it is spread out through different all the age genres that we can talk about. Then, depth of each asana. There are 12 steps, but there are 8 asanas that we work with in Surya Namaskar, and importance for each and every age group. Like, I'll share an example here. जैसे last year when I started practicing with couple of practitioners, so one lady who was practicing with me, she had a very weak lower back. Okay. And I could hear from her that once in a week she does 25 Surya Namaskars. Find some changes in your practice so that your back is not further affected, या उसमें ज़्यादा आप प्रॉब्लम अपने लिए ना खड़े कर रहे हो, बट अपने लिए स्ट्रेंथ एंड हेल्थ बिल्ड अप कर रहे हैं. सो जितना भी फॉरवर्ड बेंडिंग आसन होगा, अगर आपको बैक एक है, लोअर बैक एक का प्रॉब्लम है, तो उसके लिए या तो आप सपोर्ट लेंगे या आप उतना अपने आप को स्ट्रेच नहीं करेंगे. So this is the kind of that the common mispractices deeper into that practice and understand that how should we alter it as per the needs of our body. Each body is different, the intelligence of the body is different, the prakriti of the body is different. So if there is an person who is very anxious, for example, and if he is practicing surya namaskar, so उसको हम ये नहीं बोलेंगे कि आप जल्दी जल्दी प्रैक्टिस करें, उसको we will give a guidance that wait in every asan for 2 breaths or 5 breaths. The energies of the body are such that everything is fast moving in the mind, in the body. It is an anxious body. So in an anxious body, we need to sprinkle some water on the body to just rest. So do the same practice towards a depressed body, जिसके अंदर एनर्जी है, स्टोर्ड है, but it is not ready to express itself out. So for that kind of body, we will say that express yourself more, go faster, so that you come out of your shell and you push your limits a little bit more, and you balance your doshas by uh, tweaking your practice accordingly. So these were the reasons that I was really pulled into this book. It's a small book, but it is really full of great details. Surya Namaskar and its hidden psychology. Now we all know that we all are part of one complex family, and that is that intelligence of the body that we are wrapped up in. So we are all mini universe in ourselves. So what happens in the cosmos happens in one singular human body, and happens that the same life is replicated in the single cell of the body also. So just imagine that so many intelligent bodies have collected together, combined together, in a cohesion, they have presented, they have become us. Now with time and with research, it has been found out that real factors of heart attacks and cancer, these are not any these are not just physical ailments. These are actually old resentments, dissatisfaction with job. So all the emotional baggages that we carry, grievances that we are unable to settle, these actually give shape to the reason why in the 1900s there is a vaccination for diabetes, for insulin production. There is a vaccination for TB, for cholera, for measles. All the diseases which used to be in any part of the body or hamper the functioning of the body, all those diseases have an addressal, and there are solutions already existing for those diseases. But आज की डेट में हम कौन से डिजीजेस सुनते हैं, दैट विच आर द डिजीजेस which are taking away the maximum number of lives? It's heart attack, it's stroke, it is diabetes, it is hypertension, it is depression, anxiety, and now these are the new diseases which are actually, these are not diseases, but they आप बोल लीजिए this is a safe default stacking, one galti in the lifestyle, another galti, and we keep on combining it, and it becomes, it manifests or it presents itself. So now because this lifestyle is not just singular, कोई सोएगा फॉर एग्जाम्पल, वो रात में बिंज ईट भी करेगा, राइट? So it is a chain that affects one habit after the other, and that is why we see that diabetes is not just diabetes as a singular disease, but diabetes comes, anyone who has PCOS, PCOD, 1 out of 3 women in India right now has a PCOD right from a younger age. Now this PCOS, PCOD is the, we can say it is the entrance gate of the inner gate of diabetes. It is the precursor of development of diabetes in a body. The chances become very high. Same goes that anyone with hypertension or this can develop into, again, into, it can lead into diabetes, or with person with a insulin resistance can go into heart disorders. So these are all interconnected with each other and part of the same family, and sprouting from a stacking, that we are a pile that we are building up with the wrong lifestyle that we are living in. Now, yoga helps in preventive and promotive healthcare instead of curative healthcare, and that's why we have seen that people, it takes a lot of time for people to come to yoga, unless and until they want to work on prevention and and enhancement of health at a different level, at a psychological level, at a physical level. Surya Namaskar is a complete exercise. We all know that it works on the entire skeleton, it works on the trunk, it works on the torso, muscles, ligaments, tendons. Now, something as deep as muscles, ligaments, tendons, which are like very difficult to heal and access to these inner deep existence of our aspects of our body. And when there is muscle, there is movement needed. So muscle is equals to movement. If there is no movement, there is no muscle buildup, the muscle will start shedding off. So it energizes the complete neuroglandular and the neuromuscular system. And the great part is that even a 6 seconds, so even if we stay in any exercise uh, for uh, for 6 seconds, we stay in any exercise, the हमारा जो अंदर का कैपेसिटी है, it starts building up that muscle. If it has used it up to two-third of its capacity, and that happens in just 6 seconds itself. So a muscle starts building up just if we start using two-third of its maximum capacity, and this limit can easily be reached with, if you hold any asana or any practice for just for 6 to 8 seconds. And so just imagine कि अगर आप सूर्य नमस्कार में हर एक आसन में, if we are taking one breath or two breaths in every asana, we are actually, it is a strengthening that we are conditioning, the strengthening that we are providing to ourselves. Now, we have how it helps if I break around. So we have different age genres of people over here. जो बच्चे होते हैं, जो यंगस्टर्स होते हैं, their main problem comes that then they are seeking validation. They are trying to root themselves in the real world. They are trying to establish themselves. So the main thing that goes for a toss is the self esteem. So 20 to 30 years age bracket, it really helps these children. This age group builds up self esteem. Coming to 30 to 40 years, we are in a phase of life where we are in the family chapter of life. So a lot of family tensions, or we can say related to job or work, because that's the bolte that's the pita rise period of the body of the individual. So there's a lot of action happening in the human's life. So during that time, if you are practicing Surya Namaskar, it helps you relax yourself, find emotional your emotional balances. You are able to balance yourself emotionally, and also you keep the fight off from the family tensions, and you try and find calmness. Then comes 40 to 50 years. Now this is the time when we start thinking about mentally हो गया. So the age is catching up now. So what is happening is the laziness starts seeping in the body. So now to fight this, yoga helps you. And then coming to the elder age group. So 50 to 65 years age group, senior citizens age group. So this is where we are senior citizens becomes much later after strength building which is needed because the muscle loss is very fast. So here the Surya Namaskars help you build up strength in the body and build up that vitality in the body. Am I making sense? I want all of you to contribute. Now we've seen so many records around Surya Namaskar. You know, this maximum Surya Namaskar in short time. So these are the accolades by Prahlad Jadhav, then Sandeep Arya from Haryana for performing 20,000 Surya Namaskars, and he did this for 36 hours, 21 minutes non-stop. Kareena Kapoor doing 108 Surya Namaskars to eat a pumpkin pie. We all have gone through such challenges somewhere or the other. चाहे हमारे gym के अंदर. If anyone would like to share, what is the craziest thing that you've done around Surya Namaskar? What challenge have you taken up? And क्या आपको उससे क्या मिला, क्या मजा आया? Just your sharings, if anyone would like to share.
I will go ahead. So actually, this 108 Surya Namaskars, I think after Karina, a lot of the celebrities practice this, and I thought I could also do that. So I took up the challenge of firstly, I used to do 8 Surya Namaskars, then I increased to 12. Then I thought if I'm doing 12, why not I do 22? So I started doing 22 Surya Namaskars and I was exhausted as hell because I thought earlier that misconception was there that yoga did not sweat you out and it's a relaxing exercise and more not a strengthening exercise. But I got to understand that it's difficult and it's not, but it transforms you. जो चीजें body में I did not know that they needed to be healed, they healed. So I understood a lot of things about my body as well, and it's quite healing actually. Uh, Focus, everything, your whole hormones shift, I think. And I don't did not realize that okay, this is happening with my body. And when I did that, I got improved. Like my headaches were gone. So, due to more digital exposure, I'm quite prone to headaches and sitting. I have a sitting job, so I literally sit for 10-12 hours. So it helped me improve my lower back because seating actually, I think it lose, I think weakened my glutes and all. So my back was quite weak. So that all got improved through yoga and Surya Namaskar. And after that, Sattvic yoga, I practiced that. So that became quite difficult for me. But Surya Namaskar always was a easier option to go. So yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Anyone else would like to share what is the crazy challenge that you've taken up around Surya Namaskars? If anyone.
Okay.
Okay, so whenever you feel like sharing, please share. हमारे जिम में आई यूज टू प्रैक्टिस जिम अर्लियर एंड आई शेयर माई पर्सनल स्टोरी एंड थर्सडे को योगा होता था. So while gymming was happening parallelly, my yoga practice was at its own place that was parallelly happening. So थर्सडे को जब योगा होता था तो उसमें एक सेक्शन आता था which used to be like that within 10 minutes there is a challenge who does the maximum number of Surya Namaskars, and I could see that women, this was a women gym, so I could see women going all out and just starting from the top of the mat and counting the number. In 10 minutes they've achieved 70 Surya Namaskars, 60 Surya Namaskars. And I used to wonder that number one, my body never allowed me to do that. Number two,
Yeah.
being a student of yoga since 2004, my consciousness never allowed me to do that because it felt like a disrespect to me for towards the yoga practice. So I used to, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes, 70 minutes, 80 minutes, 90 minutes, 100 minutes, 200 minutes, 300 minutes, 400 minutes, 500 minutes, 600 minutes, 700 minutes, 800 minutes, 900 minutes, 1000 minutes, 2000 minutes, 3000 minutes, 4000 minutes, 5000 minutes, 6000 minutes, 7000 minutes, 8000 minutes, 9000 minutes, 100 minutes, 200 minutes, 300 minutes, 400 minutes, 500 minutes, 600 minutes, 700 minutes, 800 minutes, 900 minutes, 1000 minutes, 2000 minutes, 3000 minutes, 4000 minutes, 5000 minutes, 6000 minutes, 7000 minutes, 8000 minutes, 100 minutes, 200 minutes, 300 minutes, 400 minutes, 500 minutes, 600 minutes, 700 minutes, 800 minutes, 900 minutes, 1000 minutes, 2000 minutes, 3000 with Surya Namaskar, that it is a beautifully designed gymnastic, I would say an aerobic performance. And I could realize, or I could, with due respect to different how different practices are taken up, I realized that my body did not allow me to do it, and my body did not feel good about doing it. Whenever I tried to attempt it also, my body did not feel good about it. And the cardinal rule of yoga is that when you move out of a session of yoga, the feeling should be a very good feeling. You should feel very elevated and very good after that practice session. So my I used to go at my own pace, never took up that any one of those challenges. And while others used to reach up to a number of 50, 60, I used to be at a number of 10 or 11, and I used to be quite contented with that. So here we've seen that this has even backfired many people, that when we try and take it up as an aerobic performance, uh, it it might not suit your body, and you're pushing your body too hard towards it. So it can backfire and rather create problems for you instead of creating health for you. Yeah, there is potential to injury, and so one has to listen to the body and go completely as per the. So body is one intelligent mechanism, or something. The internal doctor within ourselves is so strong that, just like a ship, which is sailing in the waters. So अगर एक शिप एक टर्बुलेंट सिचुएशन में फंस जाती है, तो वो अपने सेल को अपने अपनी मूवमेंट से इट ट्राइज एंड बैलेंस इटसेल्फ. Only when this self balancing mechanism fails down, that the ship starts sinking. Same is the case with human body. So whatever, even if there is a fever, there is a cold, there is any disease, the body is fighting for itself. It is a symptom that there is something and the body is trying to fight it out. But when this defense mechanism fails, then the disease crops up. And if we have a right attitude towards that disease, then even that disease, we have seen that that becomes a stepping stone for much brighter, healthier days for anyone. So coming to Surya Namaskar and Pranayam, so we've seen singers that, that how they sing. So when they exhale, that is the time when we exhale. That's the time when we produce sound from the body. And we've seen the singers. I'm taking the example of singers because in them it is very easily
Easy.
visible that their singing, or the power of their singing depends upon that how powerfully that, or how lengthily they can take up to the any exhalation and hold on to it, right? So the essence of life or pranayam, or the magic of breath, lies in that how powerful your exhalation is. So inhalation, when it comes, that the intelligence of the body takes care of itself, and we need not tell the body that inhale this much or inhale that much. It will that's why there are so many kriyas. जब हम उनको करते हैं, हमें अपने बॉडी को इनहलेशन के लिए गाइड नहीं करना पड़ता है, क्योंकि वो बॉडी अपने आप स्टोर कर ब्रेथ स्टोर करके रखती है अंदर, एंड इट कैन यूज इट फ्रॉम इंटरनल resources also. But if the exhalation is good, then only our breath is complete, because the better we will exhale, we will create a negative pressure in ourselves, and that with that negative pressure, we are able to inhale better. So, a good inhalation, precursor of a good inhalation is an excellent exhalation. That's why there are so many pranayams जिसमें हम 1:2 का रेशियो रखते हैं, जिसमें हम inhale for say 4 counts कर रहे हैं, and we are going exhalation up to 8 counts, because we want to create that negative right situation in the body. We've seen that in Surya Namaskar we develop conscious breathing. So the author talks about that how with Surya Namaskar we develop conscious breathing with each and every asana. And if you see that whenever there is a chest opening asana, that's the time when we inhale. Whenever we fold forward and our chest are this is contracting, so that becomes a natural understanding for the body to exhale during that time. Not just that, there is an asana in between where we even hold the asana. We hold the breath, we do not inhale and exhale. That is ashtang. So ashtang ke time pe na hum inhale karenge na hum exhale karte hain. So in a way we are giving an intelligence or an education to the body that there might be a moment in which there won't be any breath available and we have to stay without the breath. Then it fights off uh, emotions, we can say, which don't work for us, and we are compiling them and keeping them, stacking them. So Surya Namaskar will, if all these emotions actually build up toxic weight in the body, and generally in the case of women it is on the back, in the case of men it is in the front. So that's why the abdominal region becomes a very important area to address to, right? So if you see in different forms of exercises, our main focus is on the arms or on the legs generally. So we are trying to build them up. But when we come to yoga, everything it starts circulating or originating from the core. So the major foundation of a healthy body, that energy lies down in the abdominal region. So if the abdominal region, that is the fat deposit region, where very quickly, so even if there is a person who is very thin and has started gaining weight, the first sign of gaining weight will happen where? It will happen in the abdominal region. So that is the, we can say, bucket, and brings stability, clarity, mental peace, as Jyotsna ji is saying. Yes, it maintains balance. It balances. So every asana we know that there is a balancing act that is happening. So there are 8 asanas, there are 12 steps. So we go into it, we come back in the same way. So it is completely getting balanced. So pranayam in Surya Namaskar, it actually releases the control of emotions. It brings stability, serenity, concentration, and when this prana is moving in the body. See, breath and prana are two different aspects, two different things. Breath is simple breath, and if you see, breath work is something which is both voluntary and involuntary. Generally, most of the things in our body, the functions in our body are either voluntary or involuntary. But breath work is something which can be both done involuntarily also. When we are asleep, we keep on breathing. It is something which we can do voluntarily also. We can hold it. That comes a time in times of need, or when we practice kumbhak or rechak. That is a time when we hold the breath work also. Now, there are nadis that we are made up of. These are the channels of communication, flow of energy throughout the body. And then there are subtle energy centers, which are the chakras, which are located throughout the spine. So with this practice of Surya Namaskar, which is stimulating the spine so much, we see that the flow of prana, which it goes seamlessly into fueling up all the different chakras at the different levels of our existence. So when we with the practice of Surya Namaskar, we actually create that intelligence also for the body, that when is it to inhale and when is it to exhale. So there are so many of us are wrong breathers or mouth breathers, or we inhale when our when our chest is, we exhale when our chest is expanding, or and we inhale when the chest is contracting. It is because of the wrong mechanism that we have induced. There are many people who find it very difficult to inhale when the abdomen is expanding, because the body is tuned that ways that they are breathing the opposite way. So to rectify this wrong breathing process, there comes Surya Namaskar, that with each and every step it automatically regulates and put you into the right rhythm of breathing. It says that pranayama of Surya Namaskar has a unique place which controls the wandering prosperity propensity of the chattering mind. Doing Surya Namaskar religiously helps you bring a balance between the mind and the life. In Chandogya Upanishad, there is a wonderful example to illustrate this intimacy between the mind and life. It is like a bird which is tied to a certain spot with a string tries to fly in all directions. But since it cannot fly far, it always tries to come back to the same spot. Now, this is a state of the human mind which tries to wander everywhere very rapidly, but not having got shelter anywhere, returns to life and takes refuge there. So, Surya Namaskar, as we say, it's like the panacea for all the organs of the body. And from here, moving on further from the breath, now, whenever we start, uh, any practice, any mindful practice, uh, it's
नमस्ते.
only agar if we are eating
तुम्हें
something,
पता था
any
कलर
practice will
environment
not help because we understand that we are talking about
भोपाल में
a practice which is a holistic practice in nature. So definitely food becomes
अच्छा
the major engagement for us
तो
during the
कब
day.
आई वो
So the role of a healthy diet is extremely important. What is a healthy diet? There is a required amount of calories that we need,
उसने
that
ब्लॉक
is
कर
needed
रखा
to
है
run the
गूगल
body.
पे
uh, so
लोकेशन
run the
हटा
body,
दे
which is like the daily expenditure that's needed by the body. Then if this daily if we are eating much more than what is required to
क्या
run the
चाहते हो तुम
body,
दोनों मैं
automatically
उसको
it will be
देख के
deposited in
लेके
the
आऊँ
body because
इंदौर
it will not get used. If it is not getting used, so it won't, it will stale, and it will create a kachara inside the body itself. So this is one khacha that we always have to do. We always have to keep spending our energy so that we optimize our expenditure of calories. Then the right amount of buildup of amino acids, then the right amount of saturated fats. We do not, body does not need
फ्यूचर जब
unsaturated
तुम्हारा
fats. It's
सिक्योर
only the
नहीं है
saturated
दोनों
fats
का
which are needed by the body. Omega 3 and
कैसे
6 fatty acids, then
अग्री
dissolvable
करूँ
and undissolvable um, fiber. Now, coming to the diet, it's my favorite
तुम
topic
दोनों
because
का ही सिक्योर नहीं
we
है
have gone through so many
जब
changes and
तुम्हारा
there are so many fat diets, there are so many
कोई
new
मेल
things
ही
that
नहीं
come
है
up.
दोनों का
And I have, being an explorer in this area, I have tried everything, I think almost everything. um, so the first rule is that the digestion of the food starts right from your mouth. So that is the first area. Whatever we are eating, whenever we are eating, the first thing is that we need to chew the food properly, because that is the first place where your food is getting digested. Then only well digested food, if we eat,
पलक क्या कर रही है
we have heard about so many people, or we have heard about so many studies that can result into, so properly digested food will only get assimilated, and eventually health will come only when the cellular, uh, at the cellular level, the cells are receiving that energy which has been converted out of food. So if it has not been, if the food has not been digested, so automatically it is not converted into energy, and it existence. So simple mantra around food is that eat as much as the body allows. Only, listen to your body, and that can only happen when we are not watching a screen and not engaged into a conversation, and we are mindfully eating the food. So there is a time when just immediately before your food is ending, as much, so your body will indicate you from inside. There's a slight burr that comes which tells you that now you are done. There is this limit, so that is a sign of the body of releasing air to
नमस्ते।
showcase that now I am full, so this much of space is just needed, so I just want to close the
उसका
gate and I
फ़ोन
don't want
खराब
any
होगा
other
मेरा,
any more food to enter in.
नया दिलाया था पलक ने।
Then so to maintain a healthy diet we need to control the amount of food that we are eating, number one. Number two, the timings at what we are eating, morning, evening, and dinner. Now, if we go as per the circadian rhythm, so when we wake up in the morning, so we are slowly starting to get ready for the day. So that's the time when the breakfast should be. Now there's so many factors which comes into healthy
गलती
diet is
उसकी है तो
uh,
झेलना उसी को
breakfast.
है।
uh,
मैंने तो कहा
as
नहीं
per
है
the ayurvedic
भागने को,
principles, it should be something
दूसरे
warm,
शहर
it
जाने
should
को।
be
मैंने नहीं कहा कि
something easily that can be digested by the body, because the body is just gearing up, the systems are simply getting started for the day. The lunch, which is during which the sun is at the peak, should be the heaviest or the best meal of the day, where you have variety of everything. You have a sweet dish also, you have dal, roti, sabzi, salad, fiber, all everything, achar, something pungent or something astringent, and you combine everything on your on in your plate and you eat it that way. Your dinner should be very light, because it's a quite simple logic that the body is gearing itself to sleep, so body doesn't need energy during the evening to do any work. But if we are eating too much during that time, the body doesn't need that energy, but we have put loaded in a lot of
लगता नहीं
calories
है कि
during the big dinner time. So what will the body
हो
do? The
पाएगा
body will
तुम
just take up,
दोनों
pile
को।
up those queries and store it as
और
fat in the body. That's why we say
जहाँ
that
तक
dinner
मेरा
is the,
कहना
we can
है,
say it is a
तुम
critical
मिले हो,
or the game changer
ज़्यादा
meal
समय
of
के
the
लिए
day.
नहीं
If
मिले
the
हो,
dinner is light
ज़्यादा
and
समय के
we
लिए
keep
रहे नहीं
our
हो उसके
stomach
साथ।
at ease during the night time, then
बहुत
the body
मुश्किल है
can easily
रिश्ता आगे
absorb
कायम
whatever it
करना
has
दोनों का,
collected throughout the day,
पर
and it can repair itself for
तुम
the
दोनों को जब
next
तक
day, so
नहीं
that
मानना है मत
wear and
मानो।
tear job gets
ये
taken care
आखिरी
of,
बार है,
and
पलक
also the
बच
body
रही
doesn't
है।
load any extra calories itself into it.
उसकी शादी का
So
सारी
let your
तैयारियां
body
सब
tell
कुछ
tell
कर
you
चुकी
your
थी मैं।
diet, not a WhatsApp message from a nutritionist. I also started doing this, and I took it for a month or two
मुझे पता
maximum.
है कि वो
And
बीजीएम
somewhere
बनेगा,
in
मुझे
me,
पता है
I
कि
felt I did not feel good about it. That someone is telling me that through WhatsApp my food is coming. That
वो
this is what I
बुखार आ
have to
चुकी
eat.
थी।
I felt that this is worse like
बस
corporate
इसी
life,
वजह
worse than
से मैं
corporate life also. That corporate still
अभी
you're
शादी
getting
नहीं करवा rही हूँ,
someone is telling
पर
you what you
इसका
have to
मतलब ये
work and what you
बिल्कुल
have
भी
to do,
नहीं है
or you telling your team. But here someone is telling
कि
you
मैं तुम
something
दोनों की
so
शादी
basic.
के लिए
It
हाँ
felt
बोल
like
दूँ।
that I am in prison. It actually felt like that I am in prison, where someone is telling me कि आपको आज क्या खाना है और आपने दिन में कितना खाया, और अगर आपने
गलती
चीटिंग
पलक
करी है
की
तो
है,
आप एक व्हाट्सएप
इसलिए
करके उनको
पलक
बता
सफ़र
दीजिए
कर रही
कि
है।
आज मैंने चीटिंग में करके एक समोसा खाया
पलक
है.
अगर सही
So I
रास्ते पे
felt
चलती, उसको
I
कोई
did
सफ़र
not like
करने
that.
की
My
कोई ज़रूरत
mind,
नहीं
my
थी।
emotional energy, it did not approve of that kind of
तो जब आप
dictatorship over
गलती
my
करते हो
basic right of
तो फल
and basic
मिलता है।
choice of food.
अब तुम
And
एक दूसरे पे जितना
fortunately,
ब्लेम करना चाहते
coming
हो,
from a
क्रेडिट
place
देना
where
चाहते हो,
we
तो
were in abundant with the regional food,
उससे मुझे कोई लेना
so,
देना नहीं।
and from a household where cooking was an essential thing. So I
ये तुम
started,
दोनों
I
ने
tried
डिसाइड
out
किया है कि तुम
many
दोनों ही
diets, and the
भुगतोगे।
so-called
कौन कितना
great
भुगत रहा है,
transformative diets also.
या तुम दोनों ही
There's
साथ।
one conclusion that I reached up to is that it is only your body, it is
मैं
only
आज
your
अभी जा
emotional
सकती हूँ
energy
उसको
or your existential
लेने,
energy that can guide you, that what is it that
पर
you need
चूंकि वो
and what is it that is good for you or bad
बहुत
for
बड़ा
you.
काम कर रही है
So
नेशनल
there is
सिक्योरिटी का।
no nothing that can be printed for anyone that this is something that will work with you
उसकी
all
चीफ जनरल
throughout
मैनेजर का
any
मेरे पास
weather of the
फोन
day
आया
or
था
any time of the day or any season,
कि
because
पलक ने
our
ये सब
needs
अचीव किया
keep
है।
on changing, and our hormonal patterns with the
इस वजह से
change
मैं
in our lunar cycle, and going nearer to that,
अभी भोपाल नहीं हो रही.
different phases of the month, it our demands from food change. Our there are times
बाकी
when, when
चुकंदर
you need
तैयार
more
है, मैं
food.
तैयार हूँ.
So let the body, let the mind, uh, let that inner intelligence be your
पालक
anchor
का
in
तैयार
guiding you, that what
मंगाती
you
हूँ.
want to eat, instead of any tailor made
तुम
sample,
उसको
or
नहीं समझा
something
सकते,
that's printed
कोई
in front
बात
of you.
नहीं.
So short term crash diets are a big no. And
आने वाली परिस्थितियाँ
fatigue
उसे खुद
gives you
समझा देंगी.
abnormal appetite because you are mentally tired. So the mind is tired, so mind wants to eat, the emotions want to
नमस्ते.
eat during that time. That's why during fatigue we really feel very hungry. Okay, but eat, but never eat too much during that time. Then dive deep and hunt the reason for overeating. So just like we hunt down the reason for any disease or any feeling, so overeating का भी एक reason होता है, that why are you feeling, are you there's any emotional need, there is any disappointment, anger, mental fog, or visual articulation. Or now let's talk about a Friday night. Why do we, most of us, we fail our diet on Friday night? Because Friday night is a night that has been created as a visualization in front of us, where you need to have something junk in front of you and with a screen, a combination of screen, and that has been created as a time which is equivalent to good time. So with that, when we form that visual in our mind, so visuals play a very strong and a powerful influential role on our conduct. So hence we go with that visual and we do not challenge that visual, and we fall prey to Friday night diets. Or when we go to a theater, so the visual that has been created is that there has to be a coke and a tub of popcorn, and otherwise the movie is not complete. The fun of the movie comes only when this gets completed. So here we have to dive deep into that, what is making you binge eat, or what is making you go for something which is not required. So attack that emotional formation, replace it with something better, and even at homes also. So give appropriate terms. Now this is something very important that I have there. So I was traveling to the hills with one of my friend, and I was discussing a child, and that friend of mine is also a yoga buddy, and I was like that, now I see people, the size of people in metro that I see now, that's a general parameter that you see, with due respect to everyone and everyone's condition. I told that, the size of the people is changing, and it is very alarming and it is very threatening. Not just adults but children also, they are becoming, they are becoming heavier. And why are they becoming so heavier? I understand that there is a challenge of outdoor spaces children are going through, but same thing is happening with the adults, same thing. So somewhere it's not just one reason which is resulting into this, it's a giving an example of a child, and I said that the child is very healthy. So he pointed me out that, Ruchi, don't say the child is very healthy, let's be brutal, the child is obese, and we need to accept that if you are obese, then you have to first accept that you are obese and start working towards it. So unless and until we stop putting that curtain of bringing of that obesity under the shadow of being healthier, we have to use a right terminology and then work towards its treatment or towards that problem. So give appropriate terms. Obese is obese, it is not healthy. And before any meal and every meal, a simple exercise. Yeah, body positivity. So acknowledgement is the first. Once we acknowledge the problem, 50% of the problem gets solved there and then itself. And so it's with the simple acknowledgement, uh, you know uh, we should be addressing these problems and going deeper into it. Energies from a sympathetic nervous system to a parasympathetic nervous system. In the sympathetic nervous system we are more charged, we tend to eat more, but in a parasympathetic nervous system we are relaxed and we eat as we start connecting or communicating with our inner needs. And we eat as much as it is required. So just a simple box breathing or anulom vilom or deep breathing, simple deep breathing before every meal, अगर आप हम 10 breaths also we just take before the meal, it will shift our energies completely. And disengagement from the screen, so being completely present into whatever we are doing and eating, and having holding a lot of gratitude towards that food. Now when I talk about here we've so Richa says, I face this with my daughter who is very thin and compared, who is very healthy out of this among family of the elders. Yeah. So true, Sher Singh ji. So yeah, these are simple things, and children need to be aware of it. I would like to share with, before I forget, that this all throughout this presentation has been created by my daughter. I just gave her all the inputs. She is the one, because I don't enjoy making presentations, and I'm more of a action wala person instead of putting things. So aesthetics is which I am still learning from her and from all of you. So she helped me put all these topics, this into one place, and there's another hidden reason that why I gave to this all this to her, which she's not aware of. So child labor at home. So the reason is that when I teach her these things, it might not go so easily, that there would be a lot of resistance. It is too much in so many slides. But when she's articulating and she's putting all these things, somewhere she's reading and she's consuming indirectly. And when she consumes this, she doesn't consume anything which doesn't make sense. And she's engaged in something very positive. And she was throughout this thank you, Richa. And she presentation making, and that really helped me put all this together. Into omega 3 and omega 6 fatty acids. Now, here comes the role of our oils. So, these are needed by the body. So, we've heard of coconut oil, we've heard of ghee, we have heard of now these are the oils which are needed by the body to create these fatty acids. And if these fatty acids are not there, जो हमारे सेलुलर लाइनिंग होता है, the outer shell of the cell, if the outer shell of the cell is actually built up by these fatty acids. So if this lining is not strong, then just imagine कि आपके घर का गेट स्ट्रांग नहीं है, तो चोरी होने के केसेस जो हैं वो बढ़ जाएंगे, राइट. So intruders to enter in, it will become much easier. So hence but these have been a part of our traditional diets. We need these oils to build, good immunity. And that's why we see this case of autoimmune diseases rising up, shooting up so much, because somewhere we are depriving the cells of their health that we should be providing them, and we are, because of that health being deprived, the cells are unable to fight with the intruders, or they are one intruder hai or con intruder nahi, itself the body is going against itself. The body is going against itself. That's what an autoimmune disorder is. So omega 3, 6 fatty acids, amino acids needed for protein building in the body, dissolvable and undissolvable fiber, these are needed because it is needed for cholesterol control, blood sugar regulation. Then also the fiber which doesn't get dissolved, it actually makes a viscous gel in the body. So we start feeling full, so the actual we start eating less because we are already feeling full, so that feeling is given by the indissolvable fiber. And then with this, lot of things are taken care of. There is a low fat diet ka bahut sara benefits hai. There is weight loss, there is lack of less risk of diabetes or heart diseases, decreased risk of blood pressure. The immune system becomes better because the body is getting time to not just keep on digesting the food, but body is actually getting time to enhance the immunity of the body. Then the greater sensitivity to insulin. and increased energy and ability to concentrate. We all know that the best ideas come when we are completely off food, when we are empty stomach, because that's where the gut intelligence starts working. But if we are always full, so the energies, the vital energies of the body are always directed towards trying to adjust and with the cope up mechanism of handling that food and making the body stable. So that's if we keep on reminding ourselves. So इसमें एक मुझे मनोज बाजपेयी का एक इंटरव्यू बहुत अच्छा लगता है. He says that it's been so many years that he's not had dinner. So he said that somewhere some of his teachers, or he read in a book, that if you eat after 6 o'clock, so that food actually goes and starts getting stale in your body. 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening अगर आप सूर्यास्त के बाद खाते हैं तो वो सब कचरा बनता है बॉडी के अंदर और रॉट होना शुरू हो जाता है. So he says I use that visualization every time and imagine that food is getting rot in my body if I eat after that time. So whenever I have hold up to that visualization, my body doesn't let me. My senses don't allow me to eat after the time which is recommended. So the power of visualization again. I will take a pause here. Anything to share you would like to come up with? Okay. Yes, Chidanand ji.
In fact, I attended the session with understanding Surya Namaskar. I think you covered a vast subject. So I was wondering where I asked the question. So I'll ask one specific question is top of my head. When we are talking about food habits, you did mention that something what Ayurveda suggested, and every stream will suggest little bit different variations are. Particularly when we are doing a fasting, there's also gives some indications to body, but we force ourselves to continue with that particular symptom. So where do we draw a line, saying that body indeed needs for a food, or it is not? How do we know that?
Great question, Chidanand ji. And this was quite a revelation for me also. So earlier I used to fast, and but I was never comfortable fasting. But I did not know, or I did not understand the reason why. That I am not. I used to feel lethargic. I used to feel that okay, this is the body healing itself, and I used to give all that, answer to myself. So, as per Ayurveda, there are different kinds of bodies. So, I am a Pitta body, and a Pitta body is a body which burns up the food very easily, and it needs food regularly. So, for a Pitta body type, a 2 hourly meal is the best pattern that a Pitta body type can find and feel satiated and feel good. So whereas a kapha body type, which is already storing so much of energy already in the body, fasting might become a little easier because the body is not moving that much. A kapha body type is something which is sitting, and we have to push it to move a bit over there. So as per Ayurveda, I tried everything, and then I got educated, started in the field of Ayurveda. And then when I started in the field of Ayurveda, I felt that there are so many dots which are connecting and making such a logical sense over here. So when this started happening, so I realized that if I don't fast, I feel better, or if I fast, then I need to have something in between. I cannot be completely on no salt fast, or a no food fast, because that is not helping my body type, and each body type is very different. So here I reiterate that it is your body, your prakriti, that will guide you that how much you should fast and where to draw that line. And Ayurveda gave that answer to me, because I could never find an answer that why do I feel so restless when I fast. So a pitta body type is not advised to fast too often or go through strenuous fasts. So I hope I have answered.
Amazing answer. It actually answered my question as well. I am actually able to fast quite easily. But on the other hand, my partner, he is not able to.
खुद को बैठा.
Right. So you can relate to the body type
Yeah.
that you have, and your body type will tell you that whether you are able to do it or you are unable to do it. So that is that Ayurveda gave me that answer, and I would again say that everything is a science, but your body, our body, individual is an individual doctor that we have for ourselves, and let it guide. And that becomes that connection. Keep on working towards that connection, and it will guide you that whether something is working for you or not. So let that, surrender to its advices, and I'm sure you'll be able to, find that right balance between the things. So, a general purview of obesity. So, it is the excessive accumulation of fat in the body. It has become an epidemic in the 21st century. So, how can we calculate it as per the BMI? So persons body person's weight upon the square of height in meters, and the apt range is between 25 to 30. Now there is a thing here that there might be a body which has heavy bones, or which has lot of muscle growth in the body, and due to that the weight of the body has increased. So increase of weight doesn't is not equivalent to being overweight. So being overweight can be due to heavy bones also, it can be due to muscular structure also. So there is a demarcation, there is a difference out here. So extra weight is not good for the body, we all know that, and it should be treated as a emergency situation. Therefore extra fat is big punishment to the body, and local deposition interferes with fundamental functions. So आप just imagine that if the fat is getting deposited in the abdomen, the abdominal region of the body, it actually houses most of our organs, because it's a natural pull towards the gravity, right? Now because of this weight that is getting absorbed, that is getting loaded in the abdomen, all these organs are getting pulled down, because there is more and more weight. As it is, there is a pull of gravity, plus हम ऊपर से वहां पर fat deposit हो रहा है, so they are getting more pulled down. Now what is happening, these abdominal organs, because of getting suppressed, now they are uh, functions, they are unable to function properly or naturally. And also the energy which has to lift up from these organs, that energy is also getting depressed over here, instead of getting rising up from this region. And it is very alarming that we think that अगर हम obese हैं, हम अपने बच्चों को, obesity also transfers by genetic ways also. So if someone is obese, if the father is obese, there is a very likely, there are great chances, very good chances that the child will also be in the DNA of the child also. So here, this, as right from the birth of the child, we can train the child as a package of that person. So it is very important for not just advocating health, but self practicing and making sure that we are out of the line of obesity. And obesity is the mother of all problems. Now this is what I just talked about, that जब हम obese होते हैं, तो how it changes a genetic, regulates the gene expression also, and it can invite diseases like diabetes 1 and 2. Now diabetes 1, it is an autoimmune disorder, which is again, you can see, it is a lifestyle disorder, because autoimmunity is driven by what kind of food are you eating, what kind of immunity are you building up for yourself. And if we are overeating or not spending much of the energy, then also we are depreciating the immunity system of the body. And two is a lifestyle disorder. So in one, you can't produce we don't produce insulin, so it is like not having a key to the gate, whereas in 2 we don't, the insulin doesn't respond well. It doesn't let the, there is insulin resistance that builds up in the body. So that work of insulin, which is the, like pushing off that energy, the mechanical energy into the cells, the food energy which has got converted into mechanical energy. So insulin is actually produced at the cellular level. So that is not happening correct. So although we have a chabi, but that chabi is broken and we are not able to do that function properly. So I will not take more than 10 minutes. So how does Surya Namaskar help in cutting down the fats? Because we all know the steps of Surya Namaskar. Each and every step works on alignment of the spine. It works on the abdomen, because if you visualize each and every asana, there is a hard press that we are doing on the abdominal region. So we are cutting down, we are pressing, massaging the internal organs in the abdominal region. We are enhancing the size of the chest. Taking our arms up. So we are even giving the area under the armpit, the rib cage of the body, through which the lateral muscles of the stomach, traversal, external, internal obliques. Then general conception is that we need strong wrist, but whereas the real power of the health of the body lies in, or the energy lies in the loins and the abdominal region of the being, which Surya Namaskar caters very beautifully. Now, coming to yogic diets and do's and don'ts, we all know this: avoid caffeine, stay away from tobacco, and uh, have 5 servings of vegetables and fruits in a day. Kabhi fal kha liya. Make sure you have vegetables. Eat fresh food, plenty of water, and when we wake up in the morning, uh, uh, have after a glass of lukewarm water. Like I have been practicing this since years, that I take coconut oil in a raw form in some water, because that is a very good fatty acid for the body and enhances the immunity of the body. And आपको मैं ये रियल इंस्टेंस बता रही हूँ, because everything has been मतलब I till now I have experimented so much. I used to have bad sores under my feet, and I don't know that कि उसको ट्रीटमेंट के लिए मैं कहाँ, मुझे पता नहीं था उसका ट्रीटमेंट के लिए मुझे कहाँ जाना पड़ेगा. So one was surgery, getting those sores removed. I did not want that, and allopathic medication I did not want to fall onto, because that's such a repetitive, and the body cannot take it. And I took. I just started consuming coconut oil, and after a month or two, I saw that my sores have gone. So it replenished my skin. There was that coconut oil inner thing, and that got healed from inside. Regulating the sodium intake. So also watching the signs, that bloating, headache, constipation, these are signs given by the body that what is happening inside. Like for example, bloating is a disharmony between the internal environment of the cell and the external environment of the cell. So if there is too much of sodium intake and less of potassium in the body, or vice versa, bloating happens. So bloating is a signal that tells us that there is some mismatch. Of lately I have countered, or I have questioned so many friends of mine who are going through issues like PCOS, PCOD, and obesity, or irregular these periods and these problems. So my first, or even arthritis, that simple question, that which salt are you taking, and the answer, the stark answer, that there are people who have not followed certain groups also, but still people are just taking sendha namak. So now just taking sendha namak or black salt, it is keeping you deprived of iodine. And your hormones, our hormones are built up by iodine. So if we are not providing iodine, for which salt is the only
Source.
uh, we can say the negotiator, or the mediator, then where are we giving the iodine to the body from? So the doctors say have simple salt, iodized salt, have less of that salt. So So instead of work on your senses that आपको इतना नमक चाहिए ही चाहिए, but कभी अगर आप कम भी ले लें तो your senses should be so strong, our senses should be so strong that it should not matter. The bhav towards with which we are consuming food, that matters, and how it is coming on our plate, that matters, and that changes the complete game for this thing. Now, how Surya Namaskar rocks over other forms of exercises? Number one, there are so many reasons around it. The body, it helps you correct the posture. Pranayam happens by default. There is no bias to any muscle in the body. It is working on throughout the body. It keeps you grounded, and it connects us with something, so the bigger powers, and something that the feeling of surrender also starts developing with this practice. Okay, now coming to Surya Namaskar for women, thyroid glands in since it is working at different glandular level also, thyroid glands become much more efficient, pituitary gland becomes helps in producing hormones, beautiful effect on the skin. Yogic sleep which we practice after Surya Namaskar, it helps one overcome lethargy, fatigue, and low self-esteem, indigestion. So also the women has to go through different stages of life. So there is a there is a puberty, then there is a childbearing age, and then there's a stage of menopause. So each stage has its own challenges. It contributes in health during the that the woman is traversing through, but it also helps the woman build up mentally and emotionally towards these challenges. So it creates us, creates that vessel, so the entire strong that we are able to diverse or traverse through different challenges in a easier way. Now, coming to what is happening with the children. So, children, just give me one moment.
We can turn on our cameras
Now,
as well for the last few minutes.
yeah, we'll not take more than 10 minutes.
Yeah, please continue.
So, I'll keep, yeah. Now we see this big shift happening in the life of children also, that earlier children used to walk to school, now they have AC buses, and the environment for them has changed. Earlier they used to have a play time, but now it is all screen time. पहले cycling होता था, now it is social media. Now earlier there were no video games, now they are addicted to video games. So that's why we see there is so much of difference in between the the way children are going through a psychological change also and a physical change also. So they are falling sick or prey to cardiovascular diseases at a very young age, or diabetes at a very young age, and we've started hearing of juvenile diabetes with so much of spike in the country. Now where is all that coming from? So why is Surya Namaskar so beneficial for the children? So we have our pituitary gland and the pineal gland. Now these glands are actually releasing hormones that increase the sexual awareness in the body. And when so from the age of say 10 to 12 or much earlier now, this sexual awareness starts building up with the practice of, and by that age this these glands start regressing, so they start weaning off. But with the practice of Surya Namaskar, these glands do not regress. And if they do not regress, this sexual awareness, this takes time. So when it takes time, it goes in tandem with the physical growth of the body of the child and the mental growth of the child, and the entire process of being sexually active or being aware, that gets a little delayed for children. That's why for children Surya Namaskar becomes a very essential practice to keep their emotions at the right place, to build up that self esteem, to respect towards the build up that respect towards the body, and delay that sexual consciousness, that phase that they are getting into. So it keeps them grounded. If you see when they chant the mantras, they connect with the higher powers. It we can explore different variations with children. It becomes a fun thing for them. Then it's a full-fledged physical and a spiritual exercise that becomes for them. Now we come to the last few slides, that how it helps in the muscular structure of the body. So if we see, our bones are one thing in the body which work the maximum. So throughout the day, the bones are actually working on creation of RBCs or WBCs in the body, right? And if we take one pint of blood from the body, it takes another 3 months for the body to build up that much of RBCs in the body. So it is the most durable part of the body. मतलब इंसान कि क्या रह जाता है, अस्थियां ही रह जाती हैं, सब कुछ चला जाता है बट द अस्थियां रिमेन्स. एंड that also we find that through excavations that we dig out bones which are existing since so many years. So it stays for millions of years. It doesn't dissolve in water. They can outlast iron and other metals. They have great shock absorbers, and there is nothing as a lazy bone because the bone is always working. And Surya Namaskar, there are shock absorbers already in our bone, because our bones are, especially the bones of the legs, they are hollow structures, because these are like hollow pillars which are holding up huge weight on themselves. So Surya Namaskar keeps these shock absorbing structures healthy, elastic, stretched, and in good shape. So this is the relevance that and we all know that our spine tells about our health. How straight is the spine, how strong is the spine, and all the spinal issues, चाहे वो curved back हो, चाहे वो lower back issues हो, it's all about bad lifestyle or postural problems. So गुरुजी BKS Iyengar says that अगर एक इंसान ढंग से ताड़ आसन में खड़ा होना सीख जाए and start spreading the weight correctly on both the feet, so he does not need to do any other asan. So just a simple asan as Tad asan can be so effective if we start learn to practice that correctly. And Tad asan is a part of our Surya Namaskar. Though, so these are the different mantras that we have seen. Each mantra has its own meaning, and we start with the pranam asan. We say Om Mitraya Nama. It is salute to the one who is friendly to all. Now this brings in samasthiti in the body, maintains a balance of the body, relaxes the nervous system. We go into Hastuttanasana, which is expanding your chest. It says Om Ravaye Namaha. So salute to the shining or the radiant one. So it stretches and tones the muscles of the abdomen, and we can feel this, the expansion of the chest, inhalation happening nicely. Then we fold forward into Padhastasana. We say Om Surya Namah. So we bow down to the dispeller of darkness, or the Surya Dev, or Surya responsible for generating activity. And this is making our spine flexible, our waist flexible, even creating a pressure on the abdominal organs, opening up the hips and shoulders. All that action is happening in the body. Ashwasanchalanasana, Om Bhanave Namaha. So one who illuminates, or the bright one, and it makes the spine and the neck flexible. Again, good for indigestion, constipation, sciatica. Then from here we go into Dandasana, a pose which is Om Khagaya Nama, salute to the one which is all pervading, one who moves through the sky. So it is a strengthening asana where the complete body is getting strengthened and held. It calms the mind. We come into Parvatasana, Om Mariche Namaha, salute to the giver of light with infinite rays. So again, it is a great relaxation and a strength building pose. And from here we repeat on. We go to Ashtang Namaskar. Om Pushne Nama, salute to the giver of nourishment, and Pushne means जो पोषण हमारा पूरा करता है. So increases the flexibility of the spine and strengthens the back muscles. Then Bhujangasana again elevates the mood. Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namah. Salute to the one who has a golden colored brilliance. So Bhujangasana stretches the shoulders, chest, back, increases flexibility. So it, if we see, so many benefits of Surya Namaskar are there in front of us. Facilitates weight loss, blood pressure lowers down, bones become stronger, elevates good HDL, decreases LDL, increases the strength and coordination. And if you just imagine about it, when these all asanas you are doing from one part of the body, then from the other part of the body induces balance in the body. So the risk of falling or risk of tumbling, and this balance is not just physical balance, it is emotional balance as well. It indicates that as well. So with this, I wanted to close on a small YouTube video by Sadhguru, but I think we have crossed the time too much. I will share this in the group.
Group.
It's a very beautiful video where Sadhguru talks about that how when we practice Surya Namaskar or Surya Kriya, we are actually inviting the Surya energy to get inside our solar plexus channel. We are igniting the solar plexus channel. So, and the solar plexus channel is the one which is governing all the chakras, the major chakras of the body. And if this channel, if our digestion is strong, if this chakra is working well, then maximum जो malas होते हैं body के या जो vrittis होती हैं, they are taken care of. So how it is a how this is opening up gateway of good health for all of us. I will share this in the group. Please find time to go through it, and
Mm.
that's it.